going on, everybody out there? This is Popular Stranger. We are back at you again today with another MLB 16 The Show Diamond Dynasty Risers and Fallers episode. It's Friday, so we're going over the latest roster updates. Now, if you didn't know, you can find them in the console in the rosters update section, or you can go over to daddyleagues.com and take a look at them as well. They have all that information up really early in the morning. It was around 7 a.m. Eastern Time today that it was out. And I'm going to start this episode out by talking about a guy who's not on this list, and I'm very, very disappointed, and that is Chris Sale. He is 9-0 this year, like a 1.6 something ERA, I believe. Don't quote me on that, but it's below a 2, and he is yet to receive an upgrade. It's absolutely ludicrous. I know these updates are about a week behind, but he's been killing it all season. He deserves to be a 95, 96 overall. That's all I'm going to say about that. So let's focus on who did get upgraded this week. Talk about a couple guys on this list. We'll head over to the marketplace, take a look at some of the price changes, if there are any at all. Ruby Delarosa, this is a guy who was very, very good, got good stuff. I watched him pitch a really good game against my Rockies. Not the greatest win-loss, 4-4, 3.49 ERA, but he can strike people out, and they did give him a boost, a big boost in his stamina and his Ks per 9 innings, so he's a 78 overall now, jumps up from a 74. Abdul Herrera, +3, he's an 83 now, very, very close to gold card, and they give him some good contact numbers. I mean, he is batting 348. He doesn't really hit for power, and he's a speedy guy, too. He's got decent speed, 82 speed, but they did give him +12 to stealing, 90 now, contact versus righties. Again, he's batting 348, so well-deserved. Ben Zobrist was killing it last week. I've said this time and time again. I think even the developers have said it as well. These updates seem to be a week behind, so when I put out these roster prediction videos, if it doesn't really happen the next day, because I put them out on Thursdays, doesn't mean it might not happen. Ben Zobrist is a card I talked about 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago, he was on fire. He hasn't, I don't think he's done as much this week, but he does get an upgrade, goes from 84 to 87, silver to gold. His price probably went up a couple K. I mean, he was selling for right around 1,000. I think he's probably going for like 2.5 now. But they give him big boost to his contact, his vision, a little bit to power, not a little bit, a lot. +13 to his power versus lefties, 5 home runs, 339 average, hitting very, very good average. Aaron Nola, another pitcher, great for the Philadelphia Phillies, man. He goes from silver to gold as well. I've been used his card a couple times, really enjoy his card. Might have to take a look at it for the squad. Jackie Bradley Jr. from the Red Sox, a card that I think a lot of people expected to get upgraded. He's hitting 342 right now, 33 runs batted in. Contact and power numbers go up all across the board. He goes from a 78 to an 81, so if he can keep that up, he's approaching gold territory. Diamondbacks, Jake Lamb, this gets pretty good. I don't see where they gave him upgrades to. I thought he's always been a third baseman. Normally you see these type of upgrades take place when it's a position change, but as far as I know, he's always been a third baseman unless they just had him otherwise in the game. But he's a really good player, somebody to watch out for, could continue to rise up overall. Trumbo is a guy that I've been on from the beginning of the game. If you remember way back, I put out a video talking about guys potentially to get upgrades. I thought this is a huge pickup for the Orioles in the offseason. Dude can just flat out hit. 21 runs, 11 home runs, 28 RBI. He's even hitting pretty good average. 317 there. Great fit for Baltimore. I know the Rockies were going to try to pursue him. Unfortunately, they didn't get him, but I would have loved to see him in a Rockies uniform. Ian Kinsler, a guy that I kind of forgot about in yesterday's video. My apologies to all you Tigers fans. He's been having a great week. 10 home runs so far this season. 315 average, 24 runs batted in. His contact and power numbers go up. He goes from an 85 to an 87. Haven't really seen the impact on the marketplace for him. Not sure what he was selling for before, but according to daddyleagues.com, he's selling for shortly under 3,000 stubs right now. Trevor Story, I know he strikes out a lot, and they even gave him some plus on discipline, which is kind of funny because I believe he might even lead the league in strikeouts. But he's coming along. I mean, he's a rookie. It's something to expect. We all know he's got the big home runs. He hit another one last night. and these numbers are totally wrong. It says he has 5 home runs. That's definitely wrong. But he's been getting on base a lot more, being a little more patient at the plate. I really like how he's developing as a hitter. I think one thing that's not justified with Story, if you've actually watched him play, is the 58 speed. If they actually recognize, now he doesn't steal a ton of bases, but if they recognize that he actually has some speed, it's going to make him a dangerous card with the power, and then adding some speed to it could also potentially get him up into the 80s or more. David Ortiz, +2. He's been killing it this year. 10 home runs. Hopefully that stat's correct. I know they got Stories wrong, so we'll have to see. Antrim Miller is getting close to a diamond, guys. He's a 92 overall. They switched him from closing pitcher to relief pitcher a couple weeks ago, which caused him to go down, and they moved him up one now overall. He's still a relief pitcher. Noah Syndergaard, I wasn't aware that they changed anything for him. That's interesting. It didn't affect his overall, but it looks like they did change some things to his stats there. You see a -3 in Ks per 9 innings and a +5 to, I'm guessing that's not walking people is what that attribute goes towards. Bryce Harper went down a point. No big deal there. Don't think you're going to see a huge change in his price. Nelson Cruz, -2. Haven't really been paying attention to him, but I know he's not playing well this year. At least I haven't really heard his name much. Not as much as last year. But 7 home runs, I mean, that's not bad. But he's an 87. Cargo, this is justified. As a Rockies fan, I'll admit it. He's in a nasty slump. He hit a home run and a double a couple days ago. But those are the only 2 hits he's had in, I'm talking like 30, 40 at bat. So he's struggling right now. Sucks to see him go downwards in his rating, but it's justified. Prince Fielder, God, look at this, 76 overall. It's pretty bad, guys. Pretty bad. Very interesting that he's just not playing well. I thought he'd have a decent season. He kind of came on at the end of last season, so that was interesting. Justin Upton, my God, I didn't catch this one. Is he really -8 down to a 77? Is that for real? Is he playing that bad? Yeah, I guess so. 226, 2 home runs. Yikes. He was like an 89 overall a couple weeks ago when this game came out. It's pretty bad. There was one more guy that went backwards, and I didn't seem to see him, but it was Joey Votta. He goes from diamond down to gold. Something I think, I expected. He's just not putting up Joey Votto numbers this season, so it's unfortunate for you Reds fans, but he goes from diamond to gold. I think that's the only one that happened this week. I'm going to quickly go to the marketplace. This video is going to wrap up. I don't want it to go too long. They did add some new cards. I think this is going to be a good talking point for every Friday video now that they're doing the roster updates, but they're also adding new cards into the pack, new cards into Battle Royale. They added a Steven Strasburg, 92 overall. Mike Scott, forgive me, but I have no idea who that is. So that's for Houston. Let's go check him out and see who he is. My apologies. I have no idea who this dude is. If it's, yeah, I guess it is a real player. 92 overall pitcher there. They also added a Steve Cishek from the Marlins, a throwback card for him. He's having a good season this year, but there he is, 87 overall, funky delivery, pitching for the Mariners now, and pitching very well. I expect him to get an upgrade soon on his real-life card. And they also added a Drew Smyly for Detroit. So let's go over there, back to the Tigers real quick. And we'll take a look at Drew Smyly, 87 overall, going for shortly under 20K. So we've got some new cards on there. I think I covered the most important stuff. Oh, they also added, and this is a card I'm interested in seeing, is a flashback Sergio Romo. Let's take a look at this one. It's a diamond card, 94 overall. He's got a nasty, funky delivery. That could be an interesting card. But yeah, I think I covered most of the stuff. Let me know who you think got snubbed, who should have got upgraded, downgraded. Again, they're a week behind, so some guys who were hot this week, like Danny Valencia, Chris Davis, some guys that I mentioned in my video yesterday. Don't get too mad, Danny Salazar. It's okay. They're coming. Their upgrades are coming. But Chris Sale, man, he's getting robbed, and I don't like it. You guys enjoy your weekend, your Friday night. I'm Popular Stranger, and I'm out. Peace.